How's it going, everybody? I just want to share this. I like this song. I mean, this is a song of John Mayer, and I like it. I love it because it talks about a thing that I've just been dealing with also, and I feel like I've been listening to some of his other music, but I've been listening to like his Continuum album for a good minute. I bought it, and then the whole Google Music thing happened, and then I lost all my music, but I still listen to it. And the song "Stop This Train," man, it's like my favorite song. And it just talks about there's this thing called chronophobia, where you're just scared of time passing away. You know, from what I understand, you know, you're just scared of just time passing and people getting older and just life progressing. And I'm slowly just trying to be practice just being in the moment and valuing the moment rather than just being scared that the moment's passing, and just being there, you know, valuing the present than being afraid of the past, you know. And that bridge always gets to me because, and like I sing it, you know, I try to be getting into it, and I'm like, that bridge hits me so hard because he says like, once in a while when it's good it'll feel like it should, and they're all still around, and they're still safe and sound. And I'm like, damn, and stuff. Like, it sucks because I'm driving, you know, and I'll be like getting into it. I'm like, fuck. I'm sorry, man. It just be crushing me. Like, just fuck. I'm like, forgive me for cursing, but dang, it's just like, it brings out so much. Like, I just relate to it so much, man. And I'm just like I feel like I really have to like actively just try to be in the moment, but that's something I had to just try to do, but more so I just kind of like distance, like just kind of separate my mind from it. Oh wait, sorry, I hit it. Okay, but yeah, like I just be like, if I like pick it up and I notice it, I'm like, yo, I just noticed that. You noticed that, like, you know, like you'll notice, like you'll be like watching in third person, and you just watch, you know, like, yo, everything's happening, everything's good, you know, and you just notice just our mortality. You see people, they having fun and stuff, and then you just think to yourself like, man, we're gonna get, like, this is great, man. I'm glad we're just having a good time, you know, and they're safe and sound, and you know. Because you know, like, time is passing by. Like, one day you might not you won't have them. I'm sorry. It's not like a case of unless the rapture comes and Jesus grabs us and you know, we just get snatched up. Like, time happens, and, you know, we pass away. You know, it made me think about, well, I don't know. I don't care about that dude from right now. I was thinking about that comedian that was like, you know, was kind of having us gripe about words changing. He's like, oh, shell shock. And then, but that's besides the point. Yeah, but it's just like knowing your mortality is just, or just being reminded of your mortality rather than just enjoying your mortality is always just a hard concept. It's a hard thought. Yeah, but it really sucks because it's like, you know, you notice, or forgive me, I keep going back to it, but you don't just value like that everything is good. You value it for that quick second, and then for the rest of the moment you dread it because it's like, man, this moment is gonna leave us, you know, like, you know, it's like a parent leaving you, you know, or like it's almost like abandonment, almost like this moment's gonna abandon us pretty soon, you know. And it's like, it's a sad feeling. It really is. It just it hits me, and that's what I just been very conscious of, just not thinking about it. Very, very mindful of not thinking about it. Sorry, let me make this story. And just been like, yo. But I want to just take a more active approach that's less aloof and more direct, more direct and aware and more mindful. That's mainly the thing, being mindful of it. Just like, yo, being mindful of the present. You know, this is good. Enjoy it, savor it. You know, everything is good right now. Savor it. Just savor it like a good meal. Just like, man, this meal's so good. It's so good. I don't care if I'm going to finish it for a moment. I'm just going to be good. Sorry. I'm like, Jesus. Give me caught up. But yeah, man. Just I guess for those who suffer from chronophobia, just that fear of just you're just too aware of your present mortality, your mortal danger, your time of life expectancy, your time of life, man. You're too conscious of it, and you just can't savor that moment. Just try your best to be mindful, try your best to be patient, and everything has a how-to, man. You know, there's a how to fight, there's a how to read a book, how to study, how to find romance, how to socialize to be a better person, how to read, how to write. There's a how-to for everything. So when you figure out that how-to for your life and the ways you're living, you know, how to understand, how to live beyond yourself, you know, when you figure out them how-tos, man, then they help you go a long way, you know. Even, I guess it's too soon to tell. Like how to avert your eyes, you know, if you just have, you know, if you just too looky, you know, you're looking around, you're trying to be a hound dog, just chill out, you know, focus on something else. But that's besides the point. There's a how-to for everything. So it's like, you learn how to be mindful, man. Be mindful of your present. You know, and I keep thinking about that YouTuber Enya. I think his name's, it's not Enya, that's the singer. But that Nintendo YouTuber who lost his life, and he was like, his last video, it just keep making me think about him. Because he was like, he mentioned it in his last thing. And I don't know the context, I don't really know any of that. Maybe he had mental health issues. I don't know. I really can't say. But it's sad to me because he knew, or he said like, yo, I'm going to be missing out on some Nintendo games, man. Like, I don't know what led him to be in a state that he was in, but it was just sad because he was like, yo, I'm going to miss out, man. I'm going to miss out on these Nintendo games. And I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm trying to relate that. I just know, man, like, cherish today, man. Cherish your life today. Don't be so caught up on losing today, you know. We gotta hold on to it. Life continues to move. You know, like it's like this album, a continuum. It continues to move. It's a thing that continues. You know, I don't really know what a continuum is. I just think it's a thing that continues. But like, just know your life continues to move, and you just gotta grasp that and savor it, and like, you know, don't let go, man. Because don't let go of it, but just know, let it slip through your hands when it's time. But just value or cherish it. Because it's fine. Because like, it made me think about Time Zone, which is ironically, it's about time. But I love that song. It's from Hazakim, The Strong Ones. And it's just about how time keep passing by. You know, he's like, time is fleeting, and it's an awesome song, artistically awesome. But you know, I appreciate it. But it just made me think like, yo, man, this time keeps passing by, you know. And what I wanted to say when he was talking about time keep passing by, still feel young, my mind betrays me. Look in the mirror, realize I'm 80. Think about the love I've come across. Think about the time I've come across love and lost. Man, time is crazy. And something, I'm going through a new time zone. And something like the unknown, you know. But frankly, that was that part. That part kind of made me think like, maybe you're aware that, like, when you grow older, you grow at a rate where you kind of just don't notice necessarily. I didn't notice when I checked back on my old pictures. I was like, wow, I really changed. You know, I'm surprised I looked like that in the past. You know, because I didn't notice the changes. The changes were so slow and small and gradual. But then, you know, you gotta, you know, I've been keeping busy. But that's my point, is that you don't know. You know, time just has that, I don't know, it just has that finesse that just like, you can't really dictate how long you got, you know. Time just keeps moving. You just, you know, people say time is short, and you just, you know, you look up and this age, you're like, dang, I didn't know I was gonna be this age. That's crazy. And it's like, yep, You are that age, and you didn't expect to be this old at this time. You know, you didn't expect to be like I'm 28 now, and I'm like I look back. When I seen this video about I forget his name, Noel something I forget. Funny guy, but he had these videos on the 2000s, and I just think about it like it was yesterday. And I get it. I hate the saying like it was yesterday. But I recognize that it was 20 years ago. I recognize that it was 20 years ago. But I just I think fondly on it because I'm like, I remember it. And people I looked in the comments, and I see the comments. Not always a healthy thing because, yeah, sometimes you'll get opinions that you get a lot of opinions, majority opinions almost, sometimes, where you get, some unsavory folks who got an opposing opinion that just kind of, it may not even be right, but that's the internet for you. It has the anonymous on it. It just shields the anonymous. But my point is, with all this, is that, sorry. My point with all this is that making it. That works. My bad, dog. I know I'm gonna be a bothersome dude. Oh shoot, making some turns. Okay, yeah, what was I thinking about? I can't remember what I was thinking. Oh yeah, the 2000s, and that Noel Gamer dude that has a Twitch. And, I was thinking to myself, kind of did that. Yeah, actually, it's better than I do go over here. But now I'm thinking to myself, like, dang, I might as well just make it to keep driving there. So I'm like, dang, I don't even know if that thing was even possible. Original thought. Back to my original thought. But I look finally because I see in the comments, I see people just looking back at the 2000 shame, and I get it. It's sometimes cringeworthy to look at the past with a bit of like cringe, just be like an embarrassment, and you're like, man, I can't believe we look like that. And I'm like, yeah, I remember that. I look back and I'm like, I mentally go back to those places, and I'm like, yeah, I remember that. And it was so ironic because these dudes were in their 20s, and I remember I was in my 20s too, and I was like, yeah, that's good. Roadkill. It's disgusting. But see that. But that's I'll talk about that later. But I just look finally on it because when I was in my 20s, I looked at these people. I looked at people in their 20s and I'm like, man. Forgive me. When I was in my teen years and in my early preteens, I looked at people in their 20s and I'm like, man, these people actually they making moves and stuff like that. Man, they really out here just taking over the world, just doing everything, Okay. Good. But yeah, I was like, man, these people out here, man. And then I'm 28, and a part of me wants to say, where did the time go? But another part of me rationally looks at it and say, I know exactly where the time went. I know what I did during my 20s. I was still pretty busy, like I am now. I try to keep myself busy. I try to expand my horizons, check out different places, eat different foods, even if I have to do that, what do you call it? Even if I have to do that by myself. Sorry, I had to think about that. But yeah, I checked out a hostel because I was thinking about going to Japan, but then I was like, and this was prior to Corona, went to different hostels. Well, no, I went to one hostel and it was dope, very nice. I would suggest going with a group, but if you get the chance, man, they got, hopefully when this Corona thing like heavily blows over, and you get hopefully get your vaccines. God forbid you don't. Just to be considerate of your neighbor, but that's just up to people's perspectives. Oh, jeez, that dude's in the middle of the street. Okay, I hope that person can turn immediately. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. But yeah, just travel, and you don't have to travel outside the country. I'm in America, and I'm like, if you can get like a what do you call it? Like a weekend, a week or something like that. Get on what the heck do you call it? The Trans-State bus, Greyhound, might be a Greyhound. Check out different places. Like really, like you see people. Oh, I went to Japan. That's great. Japan's an awesome place, and they need your tourism. Like they buy a good portion of your tourism. But sorry, I'm always trying to be a bit more cautious. Just around incoming drivers, but try out places that's throughout your state. Because yes, you need to be cultured. It is actually beneficial for you to be cultured and to experience new and different forms of living, new different lives. Sorry. Okay, yeah, it's important, but it would be good, it would be preferred to start off small, start slow, try a different state. I had been to Kentucky once, I forget, was it for my mom's graduation, my sister's graduation? I think it was my sister's graduation, and out of college, and boy oh boy, I went to Kentucky. That thing was gorgeous. There was a lot of greenery. It was like, yo, where am I? This place is awesome, And I'm like, again, travel different places in your country that you've been to. Because that's helpful, man. It's good for you to be cultured. You don't have to travel outside your country just to be. Forgive me when I say that, because I'm like, yes and no. It's good to be in a different culture, but it's also good to be throughout your other culture and see other people who are indeed Americans or wherever you're from, German, Scandinavian, Czech Republican, whatever you want to call it. Would that be right to call them Czech Republic? I don't know. But yeah. And I'm like, yo, it will be very helpful. But John Mayer, man, I'm going back to it because I'm trying to see how I can tie this all together, but it's just more so to just value the present moment. Go to different places, man, because you'll benefit yourself in just experiencing the world. And you definitely can recall fond memories. People kind of they have a sense of doing this by partying and stuff like that, where they want to create memories, good memories that they can finally look back on, and maybe tell their friends or tell their coworkers or whatever. Yeah, we all did this crazy stuff, man. It was wild, and it's a bonding experience to tell your crazy stories. It's a bonding experience. You're like, yo, man, I did this crazy thing, man. I never want to do that again. It is what it is. Let's just say that it is what it is. There's no here or there, right or wrong necessarily. It's just it is what it is. It happened. There's nothing really much you can do about it. But yeah, I do want just people to just value their lives in the present. Make responsibly good memories. And yes, you only live once, essentially, as far as you know. I'm a Christian, so I have a belief and faith that there's an afterlife. But as far as your current consciousness goes, you only got one life, at least the one that you know. And so, it's just good to be responsible. Like, so that's all I get. Just yeah.